Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back along to another episode of The Young Farmer. My name is Andy, as always, and before we go any further, let's have a look over what is another beautiful sunny spring morning here. Looking over the bay, and it looks fantastic. But look at what else looks fantastic. My new road, everybody. We kind of got this finished just yesterday. Sent the loader back. It's a little bit rough in areas, so we're gonna have to tidy up there. Where I need to get rid of that rock in there and just kind of flatten this down, but the hardcore did well. I'm kind of figuring out what I'm going to do here and how I'm going to grade this all into one, but we'll get there. And it's looking, I'm very happy with it, actually. We're going to get some grass seed put into here so it figures all this bit out and drills all that over. What I'm also waiting for is some concrete blocks. I couldn't find any good stones, so some concrete blocks I can just place along here, which will allow us to be able to kind of give a little bit of a security buffer really there in case anyone gets too close to the edge. But yeah, it's looking very good, very happy with it indeed. And we're going to be looking good there. Now, we're about to head off. We're going to go and have a look at a little bit of a potential contract coming through. Before we do that though, I want to show you how the shed's coming along. Look at it, we've got the trusses on the top and it looks magnificent. The brickies are coming back in shortly to start to build the outside skin really, which is going to go around like around here and down there, and then yeah, it's wood, it's the roof after that. Looking really good. You can kind of get an idea of the size of the thing now. There's gonna be a little bay here, a few storage bays in there, and then a door out here as well. I don't know what we'll ever use that door for, but hey, maybe just for photos like this because, well, kabam, looks incredible. Yeah, and that's pretty much it really. It's looking good, happy with how it's all coming together, and it'll look even better shortly. It's big enough to get a combine in should we want to. We need to get a combine first for that to be an issue, but yeah, we can definitely do that. Today though, today's a bit of a different day. Today we've been given a challenge. We're going to go and have a bit of a meeting first with a potential new contract. But we've been given a bit of a challenge as well, so we're going to have a look into that. Challenge is, as you may recall, we just shut our gates here. I was saying in the last blog of mine that we've been approached by a manufacturer who watches my vlogs here through Simulation for the Nation and has challenged me to find a better telehandler. So what we're going to do, they've got a bit of an event on at the local farm, so we're going to go and have a look at it. He says before the event starts, he's invited us over to go and have a bit of a play around and see what's going on. So, you know what, that's exactly what we're going to go and do. Before that though, we just bounce over there. I want to sort that driveway out, so it's a little rough down there. We're going to go and, like I say, have a meeting about a job which might involve a little bit of haulage for us, which could be quite good. And a little bit of potential work on top of that, but that's all to be confirmed as we just squeeze through the village. We need to have a look in to see what the ins and outs of that'll be and what the prices will be, etc. But yeah, it looks like it could be some potential, so we'll have to kind of keep you abreast of what happens there. But yeah, it's certainly got a little bit of a diverse range of applications to it, so it'll keep us busy at different times of the year as well, which is what I'm trying to look into now, is not be just quite so seasonal. Get that sustained revenue, which is what we're going to need. So that's definitely what it's looking like there, but we're going to take a bit of a drive anyway, see how that all comes together and see what else we can do. Otherwise, there's a little bit of extra work coming in, a bit more drilling work coming through as well, which we're going to look at probably starting some of this afternoon after we've had our little event day, and then yeah, we'll see what the rest looks like. But plenty of opportunities, that is for sure. Whoa, that would have been disastrous. Well, crash into them of all people. No, I'm just thinking we've probably gone the wrong way, but such is life. We'll speed down into the village here and see how we get on. So how you been doing anyway? I hope everyone is well. Look at that glorious view this morning. Beautifully still, calm ocean out there. It looks incredible. I hope you are having a great day, whatever you're getting up to. Do let us know down below what you're driving as always. Oh, that's coming along. But yeah, we are doing good here. And we're looking to kind of get over there. Looking to get a little bit more work coming through in the foreseeable. That's gonna be quite exciting. Looks like I'm following the law here. Where are you going? There we go. Diesel's going only up and up and up. Crazy. Yeah, so this job was kind of brought around by a mutual friend of ours who kind of put my name forward to it. So we're just going to go and have a chat with this person now, see what they've got to say, and we'll see how it comes together. See if there's any potential there. They make straw and hay pellets, and it's something that can either be sold for cattle or livestock food and or energy. So it's interesting to see what they've got in line up there, and I think it's going to be a case of hauling straw in and also hauling out these pellets, but I don't know. What I'm hoping for is to see where the straw's coming from, to see if there's any way that we can get involved with that a bit more. Maybe that'd be ideal. But it's this big building here, and in we go. I'm just going to go for a car park here or anywhere. Doesn't appear to be one, so we'll just sling it right out here, I reckon. And what we're going to do is just see what's going on, have a little bit of a chat, and then we'll come back and give you a bit of an update all later on there. Oh, there it goes. That's a bit low. And into land. Fantastic stuff. So, that was quite a productive meeting there. There's a lot of potential here. We're dealing with about 6,000 tons of straw a year, and they do make hay as well, but about half as much, which all goes into that shed. We can't go into the shed yet because it's private property. I've had a little bit of a tour around there with the facility manager here. This is a big BGA here, so it's all about injecting energy into the grid, which is what this guy will do here as well. So that's where the straw pellets go into there, and then the hay pellets go away to be sold. So they do also sell some of the hay, some of the straw pellets as well, I've been told, but that's what they're looking into there, and that stuff is where we come in. So there's a few things we're going to try and iron out in the future to see if that will work for us, but yeah, it's definitely going to be something of interest. Right now though, we're going to go for a bit of a drive, because we're going on to the second part of the day, the part that I'm quite looking forward to. Now this is like I say, I was contacted recently by a manufacturer who has been looking into some new or has an event day really, and saw my video where I was saying that I needed a little bit more power behind my telehandler, behind the old Merlot there. So they gave me a challenge to come see if I liked one of mine, and I fancy that they know I'm a bit of a class guy at the moment, so I think they're gonna try and see if they can pull me away from my class. So with that being said, it's gonna be interesting. I know they've got a bit of a lineup there for me. I'm curious to see what it looks like. I know there's also a speed trap along here, so we'll just watch our speed as we come around this here corner. We'll behave today, and there it is. Hello, officer, and off we go. So we're gonna go have a little bit of a look. There's a rep down there by the name of Scott who I need to go and find, and then we'll see how it's all going and have a bit of a play. So I think it's just on the farm, Sandy Farm here. So we will go in through the entrance I know about and see if we can find our way. Okay, so around here somewhere is apparently a beautiful fleet that I can't fail to miss, according to Scott. Oh man, look at that. There's something. What a view over there. I don't think it's that one, because otherwise I'd be pretty sold on that being a class. I think it must be somewhere else. Let's see if it's down here. Oh! Oh! Hello! Ah, there's a fleet of black and yellow right there. Alright, and I'm assuming that's what they want us to move. Wow. So, let me just pull this truck into here next to this van. Well, that is fantastic. So, this is going to be us. We're going to have a bit of a JCB day. Now, there's an event taking place later on in the day, but he has asked if I want to have a bit of a play around first and shift a couple of loads. So I'm probably going to do one load in each. Now, for my old school followers here of the Young Farmer, we used to have a 4220 JCB. It was a beautiful tractor, really, really was nice. We traded it in because we had a, former employee of mine actually rolled it, and you can find all this on the previous episode way back, but he rolled it, and then also we had a bit of a falling out with JCB up north because they couldn't get the supply to me and couldn't keep me functioning. So we did move away to class, and we've not looked back since. That being said, look at the size of this 83. Isn't that glorious? I did like this 4220. That was a beautiful tractor, but that is just power. And we've got two big Smith trailers on the back there, both in JCB black and yellow, which looks stunning. I really do like that there. And apparently we're going to be carting this not too far away, so I might just do a couple of loads, see how we get on there, and then two telehandlers to boot. This one's probably a bit big. That's huge. And this is a JCB4, a TM320S, and that's a 435S, stage 5 it looks like. Look at the size of that thing. We're going to have a play around with both of these with some nice big shiny Sutton forks on the front, and we'll see how we get on now. Yeah, this should be quite interesting. I don't know, I just need to find out where we're going with this and what's happening, and then I'll come right back to you. So we're going over yonder, we're going right over there. I think, in fact, you can just see next to where we're going in the, there's a house right over to the right of that bulldozer there. We're going just next to that, I think. So, let's find a JCB. Let's get going with this. We're going to start with the small. We're going to go small with the big loader, I feel like. See how we get on. Now this is familiar territory. One thing I would say when we were in the JCBs, oh man, the comfort is something else. It really is an absolute joy to drive one of these guys. So what we're going to do, I have an idea of where we can get out of here. So we're just going to take this around here. We'll get our lights on already. And then we're just going to park this about here. So what we'll do, we'll just get this squared up there. That's perfect. Alright, let's go and have a bit of a play, shall we? I'm not even sure if we can tip into that. We must be able to, but it wouldn't have done that. But yeah, we're going to go for the... We can go big to start with, I think. Why not? 435S stage 5. This is huge. Mountain just to get into the thing. Alright then. On we go. It sounds pretty potent as well. Oh, up we go. And away we go as well. Awesome. This is huge. So let's see what trouble we can get ourselves into here. We're just going to try and ram in and see how much of this we can get. Okay. Wow, this is big. So yeah, we'd never want to use anything this big. I never really had any experience on a bigger machine such as this, but a lot of the principles are going to be the same, just about how you kind of handle it and control it. You're going to be able to get into the front there. Oh, heavens, just. Oh no, got a bit more height there. Oh, wonderful. I don't really see too much here, but just see that we're getting rid of it all eventually there. Wonderful. It's big. I mean, this would be ideal if you're going to be doing a lot of pit work, which obviously we're not. But yeah, you get some impressive power going with this, I bet. But yeah, we don't really need anything this size. But it's nice to see what's out there. It's nice for JCB to give me the invitation to come out and have a play. We're probably going to do about 2 loads, one of each, I think, just have a bit of a stir around for now. And then if we need to, we can negotiate a way to do something else in the future. This is a bit, tipping this high is a little front heavy. Alright, so I think that's pretty much trailer load number 1 good and done. So let's just stop here. Doesn't take much to fill that, but there we go. That is a lovely looking Smith trailer as well. It's very, very nice. I would say that much. We're going to go straight up down there, and then we've got a bit of a loop mapped out apparently. So let's just see how we get on. And off we go. Get some lights on for the road. And away to the races we go. So, oh, you feel this is polluted, crikey. Alright, and so what we'll do is just zip on down, get ourselves, ooh, let's just control that speed a little bit. What I've always loved about the fast track is how just smooth it is. It's buttery smooth. That was close. And then it went straight to the hedge. There's a lot more weight on than I thought. Those air brakes on the Smith trailer behind didn't quite do a job, but we're away anyway. Looking up this hill, it must be some weight in there. It is not moving quickly. But anyway, so we're going to take these little chicanes almost here, which would be glorious if you didn't have the weight on behind, and then it's not far away from there. And onwards to the next load. This is the first load. I'm lucky enough to be the first one doing this. I think there's a few people coming in to have various different demonstrations throughout the day, so... Oh heavens, this is the pinch. When these roads were built, they were not built in mind for a 20-ton Smith trailer and a fast track, that's for sure. Alright. Hope no one comes either way, even the cyclists, because they're not going to be in for a bit of surprise. Onto the straight. We like straights. Straights are good. So we'll get this tipped. We'll go back to the yard. We'll start again with number 2, and we'll see how we get on. Come on, in your own time. Easy does it. Right into here we come. And then he said just tip anywhere along this side, so that's exactly what we would do. There's the airfield that you might remember we were in not so long ago, with that little hole, quarry hole that we were tipping into, really. Okay. And up we go. Fantastic. Smart, very smart looking trailers. Easy. That must be us. Happy days. And off we go. So now, I said I was going to do a couple of loads there. Now it's time for the big machine. The big boy. Let's get that one up and working. Let's see how we get on with that, shall we? Let's just make sure nothing is coming first. Okay, and so first load up into the JCB 8330. We're using the TM320S to do this, and I've got to say it's a little bit easier to get it over the top there, purely because you've got that extendable boom. Gives you a little bit more freedom. Mobility-wise is always very nice indeed. That kind of mobility and agility around small yards is always going to be easier with this because it's designed more so for this than that big 3.5S. But now. Whoa, and down. Got a bit light, front heavy there. I'm going to have to be careful with how much we stick on this, I reckon. Just load up very slowly, does it? Does make it a little bit easier to tip it all straight in like that, though, I must say. Now the JCB there is an absolute powerhouse in the region, starting in the region of around about 340 horsepower. I think 350 horsepower can go up as well, but yeah, it's an absolute beast. It does not have four-wheel steer like the younger sister does here. It is only on rear axle steer. Just take this up nice and slowly. Got to concentrate ever so slightly for that. There we go. A lot of people don't like these articulated loaders. They like to have they recognize that the visibility isn't great, but then the way I see it is if you can see the corner of your implement on the front, be it your bucket, your fork, whatever, if you know what that's doing, the middle is going to be doing the same. Oh, that's a wet bit of muck. We might just take a little bit of that out, I think. This is struggling on the front end there. Let's try with half a load there. There we go. Yeah, I would like to have had a bit of a go on one of the would like to have had a bit of a go on one of the kind of 525 series, what the latest one is. None of those here today, unfortunately. Would be nice to have a go on a rigid body telehandler. They didn't bring one of those with them for some reason today, but never mind. I'm just gonna get a little bit more height there. That should just about do it. Perfect. Alright then, and then hopefully that should just be about it for us, but we'll try one more in there. This is not very easy to get this little, it's a bit out powered really. It's nice to kind of be able to give it a little bit of a go around the muck heap, but yeah, it's just, well, you can see a little bit too heavy muck, I think. Let's just take more of that out. There we go, we'll try it with that, and then that'll do it. So, but the main thing is, yeah, it's got the power. I still think the weight distribution's there. Now this has got more power than the little Merlot would have. It wouldn't be able to lift this much or do as much with it. The newer Merlot quite possibly would have, but we don't have any of those to play around with today. But we're going to take this away now anyway. Let's just tidy ourselves up a little bit down here. Make sure we're all looking good. Wonderful stuff. Leave it nice and tidy for whomever comes in next there. And yeah, now we're going to go out and have a little bit of a play out in the 8300, the beast as it is really. In there as well. Wonderful stuff. So two very impressive loaders for different reasons though. If we're ever big enough there, that 435 would be glorious, but that's not going to be us for a while, that's for sure, or at all. But now yeah, this is what it's all about. Let's just look at it. It's an absolute behemoth. The beautiful, beautiful tractor there today. Okay, so off we go. The power coming through this is much better. It really is fantastic there. They've got a lot more weight to it as well, so we can handle anything like this in the back. But then this is getting into your really your heavy-end field cultivation size tractor as well there, and it's capable of doing it. The 4220 was never shy or never struggled in the field, that's for sure. So I can only expect the same for this. After the last time, we're just going to slow it down and come into this a little bit slower. There we go. We still have to go right up on the bank there though. Lovely. And off we go. The comfort as you're riding along here is unparalleled. The fence are nice. I had lucky enough to drive a Fendt once. It is a nice tractor there. It's got some good power, but nothing can beat a fast track from my experience, especially if you're doing long haulage work. We'll go around here ever so slowly. Another impossibly tight little turn here, so we'll get as wide as we can. Take that guy. Ooh. Go around that. There we go. It'd be nice if we could get onto that straight there after this house and just see how quickly it accelerates through pulling this load. So there's quite a way behind us, and there we go. Tops down, and off we go. Beautiful. Just cruising through there, getting up to 50k without even struggling and still climbing. I think it's got a 60k box in it. But yeah, it doesn't seem to be affected by it at all. Nothing coming. There we go. Happy days. So we're going to get this tipped into here, as always. Just kind of... The last load came out rather flat, but what can you do? And we'll, yeah, like I said, we're gonna just take the two loads to have a bit of a play around it. It's just a very kind, light offer, really, by the dealer for us to come and have a play. So that's exactly what we did. And yeah, we'll see how we get on moving forward there. I think the next option, though, will be, in all honesty, I'd like to have a little look at the class telehandler and Manitou as well, because to me, a Manitou is just the... Well, the Manitou is the game changer, really. It's the go-to, so we'll have to give that a go. I do feel. We'll get you tipped up there. And there's some great looking Manitous out there as well, so having a go at one of those would be great, just to see how we get on with it and see if there's any potential. But yeah, it's a long way away from us looking to replace the Merlot anyway, I think. These are all pipe dreams right now. So, backwards we go. Got some too much power in there, and they're crashing my own mucky. Now what's going to be really good is a nice little bit of pace up this side. Back up to the yard, running empty, there's nothing coming. And plant the power. The automatic box as well is just seamless. The changes are so smooth, it just glides through. And before you know it, here we are 65, 66, 70. Wow. 70k box in here actually, so it's absolutely gloriously smooth. And up we go. So yeah, we're going to just have a bit of a chat with Scott anyway to see what he's got up to. But yeah, it's just thought of something nice. I thought I'd record just a little bit different now, really, just to kind of get a fresh input and take up the offer. I don't think we'll be switching back to JCB or picking up a telehandler anytime soon, but you never know. You never know what might happen down the line. It surely is always good just to keep an eye on the competition anyway. So I might see if we can get a hold of a Manitou or something just to get a little bit more work there as well. But until then, we're going to leave it here. So we're going to take this back down to the for the next person whenever they arrive, and we'll see where we go from there. So until then, I've been Andy, your young farmer. I do hope you have enjoyed. If you have and if you have yet to do so, don't forget to hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, join Simulation for the Nation. You very kindly agrees to host everything, and we will see you all in the next one. So until then, stay safe, enjoy what you're doing as always, but most importantly, happy farming.